Why does some option contracts costs $2 while some other option contracts costs around $20 even though they both belongs to the same stock? That is where intrinsic value come into the picture. Welcome back to Bullbear Logic, day 7 of our option trading series. Before we jump into the topic, please remember I am not a financial advisor. I am making this content only for educational purposes only. So now we'll see the option chain. We are going 1 week out. So here we need to remember 3 things before we understand intrinsic value. In this option chain, we will say in the money, at the money, out of the money. So what is at the money? At the money means if you take this contract, which is exactly where the stock is trading. Currently, Apple is trading at 292. If you take this contract, this is called at the money contract. Anything below to the stock price, if you see this is 282, 277, anything below to the stock price, the contracts will be expensive, and these all are called in the money. And anything above than the stock price, like if you see 300, 307, this is more than the stock price, that is called out of the money contracts. These out of the money contracts are bit cheaper, and we'll see with the real example here. Just I gave the random price. So first, in the money, stock price is around 220, but we got the stock price at 200, which means lesser than the stock price. So here, this is how we can calculate the intrinsic value. Stock price 220 minus $200, our strike price, equals to how much? $20. So if you take contract like this, you have $2,000 of intrinsic value. And we'll see at the money, stock price is 200 and strike price is 200 too. So in that case, 200 minus 200 equal to 0. So the intrinsic value of that contract is 0. And out of the money contract, stock price is 180, but you went above stock price, which is $200 price, strike price, and these contracts are cheaper. And here 180 minus 200 equal to minus 20. But remember, intrinsic value can never be negative. So always 0. After that, anything negative, we will say 0 only. And for put option example, this is quite opposite, because previously we in the call buys, we are expecting stock price to go high, then we are going to win. But here it's opposite. When you go to the put buy, when stock price goes down, you will get the money. So here the stock price is 180, and if you go the strike price 200, which means 200 minus 180. Here it will be opposite. Earlier, how we calculated 220, which is stock price minus strike price, but now strike price minus stock price, which is $20. So in the money have $20 means $2,000 intrinsic value. At the money, like same, stock price and strike price both are same, which is the intrinsic value is 0. And out of the money, you are like the stock price is 200 and the strike price is 200, which is lesser than the stock price. So 200 minus 220 equal to minus 20. As I mentioned, there is no negative intrinsic value, so always it will be a 0 if it is anything less than 0. So this is how you will calculate. Again we'll one more time try to understand using this option chain. This is at the money, where exactly the stock price is trading. Anything below to the stock price, is called in the money. Anything about the stock price, this side, this is out of the money. Now we'll see the put side. Put side, you are expecting stock to go down. So same like a call side, if you take as a stock price, right at the stock price, which is at the money, anything more expensive than the stock price, this is in the money, and anything above than the stock price, out of the money. So this will be, if you can see, try to understand, this is exactly opposite. So important points to remember: intrinsic value is the real value of the option, and it is the profit you would make if you exercise that option at that time. Whatever the value you have, you will get it. And intrinsic value can never be negative, as I mentioned before. And option premium equals to intrinsic value plus extrinsic value equal to time value. So this extrinsic value we are going to discuss in our next class. And if you like this video, please like and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.